All right, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Wave meteorologist Brian Good. All right, rise and shine, everybody. It is Storm Talk. Yes, I know that's not the topic we want to get back to, but we're back on it once again. As we head into this Monday morning, yeah, I'm a little early because I had to get up so early. I'm also live, for those of you that have noticed, I'm live on TikTok as well. Hello, anybody there on TikTok? Saying hello. I see Braden has joined already on TikTok. So, and this is a different look of the studio. If you're watching on TikTok, you're going to see a different view of what you guys see at home with our live feed each and every day on the blog. I'll try to shake this up a little more and show you guys more and more of the behind the scenes stuff. I think you guys will love that. Okay, I hope you all are doing well. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to break down how this is going to play out when it comes to the scattered showers and storms for the day today. And let me tame down the music later today, and then how we're going to get into the end of this heat wave, which we are going to get to the end of this heat wave, I promise. And then we'll get into a setup that will feature some more comfortable air just in time for the weekend. Hello to Nikki on YouTube watching this morning. Had a small shower in Clarksville last night, I believe it was, right? Yeah, last night. Good morning, Weather Geek. Hello to DJ as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I had a brief shower as well. In fact, I was at my mom's yesterday and I debated it. I thought I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually wash the car. I thought, well, I knew storms would eventually be coming this week, but I thought, you know, I want to at least get it out of the way so it'll be, because it's so dirty, and then maybe, you know, don't work so hard on it. You know, do enough to make it clean, and then let it rain and then do a good job later, right? Well, as I was thinking about it, I literally turned and got on the Gene Snyder and drove right into one of the heaviest downpours. And it just poured on me. And the sun was still out while it was pouring on me. And then I drove right out of it, and it was over. And I said, that's a sign. That is a sign right there not to do it. All right, so we'll get into some of those downpours again today. I do think we're going to see something similar to that later on. Everyone on YouTube or on TikTok, all right? How y'all doing? Everyone say hi on TikTok. Let's see. Got a few of you on there. It looks like over 600, I think, of you. I think I'm right. Or watching right now. So hello. Good morning. Welcome. Hey, technology is getting a little freaky here, guys. I've got windows everywhere, so I'm going to be constantly talking to the entire audience and to you at home watching on the streaming. So we'll eventually get it all in one spot. We're working on it. All right. Enough of that. Let's get right into where we're going to dive into the setup here. First off, this is important. 56 days in counting until we get to the autumnal equinox. Oh, yes. Can't wait. 2 o'clock. All right. 2:19 in the afternoon. Coming up on Monday, September 22nd. All right. Now it's back to the reality. We hit 30 on our streak of, or at least the count of 90-degree days, not necessarily a streak of 90s, but the day count of 90 degrees or higher, and we've had 30. Now, notice we're now a little above the halfway point of what we were last year, but keep in mind, last year's heat wave, and the majority of that 59 was at the end of August into early September. We actually crossed 100 for a couple of days. So, not necessarily saying this is going to repeat, we're going to get intense heat in late August into September. It's happened before a few times, but it's pretty rare. So I think we may, if we don't get a lot of surges of heat here the next few weeks, September may end up being right on cue with being a cool weather setup. So I'll explain coming up in the coming weeks as I get more data on the September outlook, which I'm still working on. All right, the highs in general, though, as you look at my day-by-day basis, yep, only a few interruptions, and most of those interruptions are not from strong fronts. They're from heavy rain events that kept the numbers from being very high. So we didn't have, if we did not have this heavy rain and showers and clusters of storms involved in our outlook in July, we probably would have the entire time period in 90s on every single day. Wow. All right. At the moment, oh boy, you're like, oh, look at that sky. Looks a little ominous, right? Yeah, I agree. It looks a little scary out there. There are a couple of downpours in the distance. I'll explain why you need to be at least on guard for that potential as we head into later on for this afternoon. I do think it's going to be a little more excitement on the radar, especially for Indiana, that we've had as of late. 81 degrees in Louisville now. We've had some mostly cloudy skies. It's been hard to get the thermometer to do anything, so the rise today has not been overly dramatic on getting some of those cumulus clouds to really pop in and kind of make that partly cloudy sky. It's more of a leftover some fog we had last night. All right, the heat advisory is out yet again. This is another situation where they're issuing them, not so much for the idea it's 105 guaranteed in any one spot. It's just the idea that we've had multiple days, you're in a heat wave. If you have multiple days of a heat index of 100 or higher, it takes a toll on your body as each day builds. And because of that, heat advisories are out for that main reason. So it is a mix of the high heat index level, but it's also a mix of the idea that even if the heat index is 100, it just starts to take a toll on people, and that's why they issue those. So that's widespread, not set to expire until the front can get in here. And that won't happen until Wednesday. So here's what we're facing today: 93, heat index 104 to maybe 106, maybe. We'll see. I do think there could be some interruption here with thunderstorms, as you'll see in a second. Tuesday, 97, heat index 108. Wednesday, 96, 106. These are the last three. This should be the last time I show you this graphic for at least a week. Hopefully longer. Look at the rainfall we've had since the weekend. I'll bring this full screen. Did your neighborhood get rain? Well, it looks like part of Indiana again picked up some heavier clusters of showers and thunderstorms. Let me zoom in. First off on the metro, yeah, a couple spotty showers there in the northeast Jefferson County, some in the Shelby took place. Not a lot. I mean, this is literally just sprinkles. Barely anything really for the rest of Jefferson County. You get down to the south here, boy, it's really void of a lot of rain, right? You get a Bullitt County into Nelson, Washington, Marion, Taylor County, Greene, and Adair been missed out. And even these amounts here are very, very light. Again, in Hardin County, all the way into Hart County, and then you get into some decent rain outside of that into Barron County and Edmondson. But right now, the winners, I think, in wave country are really the areas on the northern side here. So southern Indiana, around the metro, and then our eastern counties all the way to Frankfort. You guys got the highest amounts of rain. It wasn't overly high. I would say most cases about maybe an inch in the higher end totals. But at least we'll let you know where the rainfall this week. And that's important because now that we know what happened over the weekend, and we know the areas that did not get a lot of rain, now we know the thermometer has a chance to really increase in a big way, especially for tomorrow, because the ground is drying out. My front lawn, I don't know about you guys that are watching on TikTok or not, but my front lawn certainly is becoming more on the brown and crunchy type of side. The backyard's not. It's the backyard, and I think it's because Harry keeps it in control. This gardening he does. So I think it doesn't do too bad. But still, a lot of us are having to do a lot of watering lately, right? And that's not fun. All right, so what about our thunderstorm chances today? Well, they're out there, scattered about. The storyline today, actually, let me flip over to a couple different views. Let me see if it'll work here. Okay, a lot of moisture being brought in from the north, this little clump, if you will. One of two areas of moisture that'll move over the area. This is one. The second one will be on Wednesday. That'll bring us more rounds of showers and storms. We will have the leftovers of whatever this boundary has with it. It's almost a MCS type feature. Once it zips on by later on today, it will deposit quite a bit of high moisture with it, which will likely push that heat index over 105, maybe over 108 tomorrow. So that's what we're aiming for. Tuesday's been the worst of the heat. Now, as far as severe weather goes today, the outlook today, which is getting a lot of attention, it's a moderate risk that is out into west of the Twin Cities. The reason for that is it's much more active there into the Twin Cities, not so much here. This is a stronger impulsive wind. This is a tornado outbreak scenario they're facing. But we do have the leftovers, the poor little leftovers from the storms last night. They're here. Still on the radar, drifting slowly to the south and east, but they ran away from their parent low hours ago, so they don't have a whole lot of support right now. But here's the thing. As they move into southern Indiana and northern Kentucky, they will start to get support. They will get fed, and they will become a little more alive. And as they do, they will redevelop. And the question is, How will that look for the afternoon? We're thinking just scattered activity for now. I don't see anything overly organized, but we should see an uptick in just clusters of showers and storms. Very heavy rainfall at times, a lot of lightning with them. We're not worried about tornadoes or severe weather with this. You can get some downburst winds, you betcha, that's possible. For you all watching on TikTok, let me know where you're at. If you're close to that area, where I'm referring to, southern Indiana, northern Kentucky, let me know. Some of you are not even close to the region right now, but if you're in that area, let me know. If you are experiencing any of those showers and storms today, that's the area to watch as we get into later on for this afternoon. Again, not outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Yeah, all right, fair. There's not a lot of shear. But you got to watch those wet microbursts. You know, those can really do some damage. So it's hard to draw a marginal risk or any outlook because they are so isolated. But I do think this is the area to watch. And it may be delayed a bit. A lot of the data has been trying to really fire this up like at 6, 7 o'clock, some cases 8 o'clock. So there is a delay, but it is on the way. All right, tomorrow the marginal risk is more to the north. Why is that the case? Well, the ridge of high pressure is building north. It'll push into the Ohio River Valley. Cuts down on the rain chance in a big way, but this is also when we need to watch out for reaching the highest point of the year so far, which actually has been 97. So maybe tie it, but we could beat it, especially with the dry ground and the way the airport is. We could beat it, but tomorrow that ridge has got a kick to it for sure. So something we'll be watching carefully. And as we deal with the actual front itself, that'll be dropping into the area. You guys watching on TikTok here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. As it actually moves in, this is the area to watch for Wednesday, and then we'll see whether or not that continues onward or not as it slides south into the east. Oh, here's the chat, by the way. A lot of you never get to see the chat. Here it is, what it looks like on TikTok. So you TikTokers can see what it looks like for those that type in on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitch even. There. So hello to Ann and Adam as well. So, all right, so you guys get a little bit of a look of how it looks here in this room. So again, TikTok, Be Good WX, Be Good WX if you want to find me there, and I will walk you through some of that. It's a little easier to carry on TikTok. It really is a lot easier. Okay, so let's get into the hour by hour. Here it is on Futurecast. A lot of fuel in the area today, so there is something for these things to feed on. Just not a lot of wind shear. That's what's missing. So they will just do what they can, and they're already trying to do that. I saw on the radar a second ago, so they're trying to survive. You can see as we get into the 6, 7 o'clock window where that boundary was, that it was taking a nap, starts to become alive, and then the clusters start to drift right into the Louisville area. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be Louisville. I just think that they are going to come alive at some point and become a little more loud in clusters, very randomized clusters. They really don't know which way they're going to go, but they are going to be drifting a little more toward your area as we head into later on for this afternoon and this evening. So just be aware of that. That potential is certainly there for some heavy rain, maybe a heat-busting rain for you guys. Now, tomorrow, as I mentioned, tomorrow is the core of the heat. Not too thrilled on rain chances at all. I can't run a pop-up here and there just because of the heat island, but yeah, nothing like what we could see today. But then we get into Wednesday. Wednesday is when we get some noise with the front moving in. Showers and thunderstorms start to increase. Some moving in from the west, some moving from the east. But then the front moves on by in the area. There's a wider view of this from the Euro. Roughly late Wednesday into about early on Thursday. Friday could still see some drizzle in southern Kentucky, but I think this is too slow. What the model is on Friday, I think we're going to move faster with this front. It's going to be faster. So it's going to get us into the cooler air. Dew points as early as Thursday night for Indiana, all of us on Friday. Dew points could drop down in the upper 40s. And you're like, what does that mean for me? Well, that means that you can turn down your AC, could even turn it off. Your house is going to cool down in a nice and comfortable way as we head into Friday night. So again, go out, walk in the evenings, enjoy this time. It's going to be very, very nice. The pools will be great because the pools will still be warm, but the air temperature will be cooler. So everyone will want to jump in the pool in this setup. But that's the case for at least Friday and Saturday. Now, once we get beyond that, even the Euro still has the dip there. We do see a slight uptick to try to bring back at least some showers in the area. No major heat waves, all right? We try to settle back to normal because, again, it's a rubber band we've been pushing on here lately. The rubber band's trying to snap back to normal, so no one's really pulling on it right now. So because of that, we just got some general rain showers that may sneak in at some point during the following week. But at the same time, there's another pull that happens, and this time around, it's another drop in temperature that will likely build down at some point toward the end of the 10-day. All right, it may even be beyond the 10-day the way it's looking here. So here's the entire 10 days it stands now. We've got 90s in the area today, 93. Then we get up to 97, then 96, and then thunderstorms there for your Friday, with temperatures staying generally into the 80s. Very comfortable, low 60s as well for the area. And then we'll, again, building back up to normal is the trend for that week. No rapid surge to a heat wave, small rain chances, and then we'll see if another dip in the jet stream happens or not. All right, there you go. Hi, TikTokers. Any questions you guys have? Nope. Anybody? Or how about Amanda, Parker? You guys are on there. Yeah, just let me know if you got any messages. Hey, I'm fairly new to TikTok as well, guys. So, you know, if I'm doing something really wrong and you're like, this dude is crazy, what is he doing? He's just staring at talking at a mic. I promise you I will get you more exciting content for you all as well. All right, so hang tight. Okay, so any questions that I can answer for you guys? I know, don't be mad. I feel like I'm talking to Dobie, and then Harry gets jealous, so I got to talk to Harry too. So I don't want you guys to be jealous as I talk to different chats. There's a lot of you. Adam says, how unusual is it to get a strong cold front like this that beats down the incredible heat dome? Not often. And this one's not really beating down the entire heat dome as far as the dome itself. It's just we are already on the weaker edge of the heat dome, which has been in the Ring of Fire. But a front will just basically glide on the edges of that as the heat dome is already on the move. It's on the move anyway, drifting a little more west, and these fronts take advantage of that and slide in. So it has the appearance of beating down the heat dome, but it's actually a shifting of the highs that take place more so than anything. You got to think of it as a game sometimes between the two. When everyone's crowded in a room, someone's got to move out of the way so somebody else can get in. That's kind of thing, you know, because domes of high pressure are large and in charge. We got nothing in Marion County. I got the hay cut and bale, which is good. All right. You got the hay baled. That's good. That's good. I'm just wondering if you guys were able to get in there. Hi, Natasha, watching from Twitch right now. I'm having a good time watching your gameplay. Oh boy, I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. Not sure it's a good or a bad thing. I'll bring some friends to join in after work. Uh-oh, this is going to be trouble. Let's see, 0.19 in Bloomington the last 2 days. That's good. I don't know what someone just said. Sent a hat and mustache. Who is sending a hat and mustache? I don't know who is on this TikTok. I don't know if it's anybody I know or not, which is making it really interesting right now. And a little scary, just to be honest. A little scary, just to be honest. Any other questions I can get for y'all? Then I will run a little early today because it is an early day overall. That's the best news for my brother's birthday. All right. Glad to hear that, Amanda. Any signs of a tropical disturbance? Yes, there is a sign, but it's way down to areas down toward, say, east of the Antilles and getting in west of, it's west of the Azores but and east of the Antilles. So it's kind of basically in the middle of the Atlantic. Has some potential, but so far not a lot of models have grabbed it. It would be a long-term tracking if that were to happen. You do know me. We take pictures on the backside at Derby. Well, that narrows it down. I'll pay attention later. I'll look you up later. All right. TikTok is going to be a whole other game for me, guys. I was a Vine guy. I was a Vine. Anyone remember Vine? I was always watching Vine as a kid because I loved the short duration of the videos. So that's why I've been really slow getting on TikTok. I'm like, it's just Vine, basically. But boy, it's not. It's a whole other thing. Bryce, so Thursday appears to be the best day for rain. Yes, that's the highest chance for rain. Should start Wednesday night into Thursday, improving Thursday night. We have small rain chances on Friday in case the slow front still linger in the southern counties, but I think it's going to be done. So, looks pretty good. Thanks for not forgetting about us on Facebook, Adam. I'm not going to forget you all. Amanda says, I missed Vine. Those were the days. Those were the days. I'm going to work on this week since we do have a break next week. Hopefully, the way this is trending, that we will be not seeing any type of extreme weather, just general 80s, no severe weather, blah, 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 blah. If that's the case, then you will get your September, October, November, December, maybe January outlook. Maybe. It's tough to do. I may stop at December, though. Because what's the point? Because I'm going to get the weather forecast out. So I don't want to go too far out. But I will go fairly far out in the outlook for next week. Obviously, there's not a lot I can say. There's not a lot of data to go with. And there are a lot of questions we got to answer. Okay, that's my disclaimer, just like I'm a medical commercial TV with all the disclaimers at the very end and talk real fast, like the guy from the Micro Machine Man commercials. But anyway, there will be a lot of disclaimers on that, but I will at least give you guys a sneak peek next week while it is quiet. All right. Not sure which day. I will let you know in advance, but I think you all will love the trends. Some of you. Let's see. No bad storms. Hope no bad storms. You're right. Hi, Landon. Hope all is well. Crispy. Any chance the front doesn't come through? Good question. The front moves through, but becomes diffuse almost immediately. So as soon as it passes by, I would say Nashville, I-40, that zone in Tennessee, it disintegrates. So then that allows for us to build back in some of the lower level moisture temperatures back in the upper 80s. That will start to surge slowly back north. Not exactly a heat dome, but it could be setting the stage up for one if we don't get interrupted again beyond the 10-day. And there are signs there's another front that may come in and interrupt the heat that's trying to sneak back in again after this front fades away. So that will buy us a few days of 80s before that lovely sequel appears on TV. So we got some time, Crispy. But the front does move through, which is good. We'll get the wind shift around, which is going to be pretty awesome. Planes will be flying in and over downtown Louisville. In many cases, that'll be the flight path when we get that north wind. So it'll be a little loud in downtown. Okay, you guys seem all right? You're good? All right, good. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to end this for now. I'll talk to you guys here on TikTok for just a second and say hello to you. And then I'm going to, I may even show you a little bit of a tour. And those of you that are like, hey, I don't have TikTok. Well, you can get TikTok if you want and join the conversation. I'll show you around. But I will spend a day with you all too. And you'll have a chance to see some of the behind the scenes. It's just right now, I'm going to show them some excitement here of the station, so they're brand new. Okay, you guys are awesome. Take care of yourselves. I will be back. I will be on midday today, actually. Yeah, so I'll be on midday today and in the noon show. And then I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Normal time, and same time, same channel. All right? All right. Behave yourselves. Stay cool outside. Keep an eye on those storms today that try to refire late this afternoon. We'll see how far south they can make it.